Hello, so we're back in the car. It's a work day, but I thought I need to start vlogging for the Behind the Writing Desk series because I haven't done any of that recently because I've not been very well. So, and I kind of lost some motivation, if I'm honest, because of being ill. I found it really hard to get back into the writing saddle, but I am determined to get back into that saddle. I have started writing again, little bits here and there, but I want to make more of an inroad in it this month. So today is Wednesday, the 14th of May. As I say, I am about to go into work, but I had intended to get up at like 5 o'clock. I've been intending that for like the last couple of weeks, but as I say, I have not been feeling very well. So I've been feeling extremely tired in the morning, and I have to get up at like 6 anyway to get ready for work, to leave at 7. So 5 o'clock just seems like a huge lift at the moment. But what I've decided is that I'm going to try and do at least an hour's work tonight after dinner. And we'll see how that goes. So we're just going to see. But I thought I'd start vlogging just to make myself more accountable to the situation. And if I promise something, if I set my mind to something and make some, tangible way that I can record it, then, and not just something in a notebook, then I will hopefully stick to it. But we will have to wait and see. So I will see you later tonight when hopefully I will be telling you that I have in fact done some writing tonight. So wish me luck. See you in a bit. What a day. Went to school as planned. Did my teaching. Everything went fine. Had country dancing this afternoon, which is always fun, especially on a hot day like today. We're not used to this kind of weather in the UK, so anything like that is pretty stressful. But then we had a lovely end of the afternoon. We did some art, which was quite nice. But now I'm home. I am ready to tackle my writing, which I will be doing a little bit later on. I'm still good with, how I feel and everything like that. So yeah, everything looks good for me to do a bit of work this afternoon, which I am very happy about because, as I said this morning, it's been quite a while since I've been able to do anything like that. And the lack of motivation hasn't helped. Being ill hasn't helped. But now that I'm on the mend and I'm starting to feel that itch for writing again, I'm more than willing to do that and to just enjoy writing. I've been dipping my toes in, as I also said this morning, and now I want to sort of start making real inroads into my writing. So I've got 2 work in progresses at the moment on the go. I've got Rivers of Blood and Fire, which is the third book in the Viking Saga trilogy, and I've also got The Dating Game, which is the 3rd book in the Appleford series. I'm probably going to be working on The Dating Game this afternoon. I'm still at the planning stage of both of them. I'm slightly further ahead on The Dating Game. I feel like with The Dating Game, I'm hitting my stride with that at the moment. Getting to a really good part that I've been building to and I've been looking forward to writing. So I really want to concentrate on that tonight. I do intend probably tomorrow to come back to Rivers of Blood and Fire. I will hopefully update you on that tomorrow and let you know how that's going. I'm not going to do loads and loads of vlogging throughout the day, throughout the week, etc. But I am going to just dip in and out of vlogging as and when I have something to share. So hopefully tomorrow night I will have something to share. I will be able to do some work on Rivers of Blood and Fire, and I will give you an update on that tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to be concentrating on The Dating Game. So wish me luck. I'll see you on the other side. Hi guys, it's been a couple of days since the last time that we spoke. I'm going to be honest with you, motivation is still quite low. I don't know why. No idea. what's happened. I mean, I have been under the weather recently. That could have something to do with it. I've also just come off of finishing Bellanotte, publishing that, getting that out in the world. So again, it could just be normal kind of tiredness, and that's fine. But I'm just trying to push through this lack of motivation I have at the moment, which is frustrating, but it is what it is, I guess. And I guess we all go through it. Let me know if you go through it as well, and let me know what you do to help combat it. I was looking at Instagram, I think it was Instagram or it was Ali Abdul's newsletter, I can't remember, but on one of those he was saying that sometimes the best way to kind of like push through this lack of motivation is to just go through the motions, and then eventually while you're going through the motions, like your enthusiasm and your spark will kind of reignite again. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be working on Rivers of Blood and Fire. I think you've seen this before, but I have a massive stack of previous notes for the series and notes on the third book that I was making years ago, because this was a series that, the Viking Saga was a series that I started at least 6 years ago, and I've rejigged it to bring the Call of the Valkyries and the Rising Storm to life and to publish those. And now I think I wrote, about 6 years ago, I think I wrote the first 7 chapters, which I've printed out and I have here. I've gone through some of them and I'm not happy with what I've written. So some of it is staying, some of it is going, some of it is changing. So we'll just I'll just have to read through that as well. I'm a lot further along with the plan than I thought I would be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, halfway through the plan. But I am a lot further along than I thought I was a few days ago, which is a good thing. So I'm hoping that just by going through the motions, taking each step each day as it comes, that I'll be able to reignite the enthusiasm. When I think about the Rivers of Blood and Fire, it's not like I don't feel like I want to write it. I am still getting ideas for it. I am still enjoying creating that story, and with the idea of it being the last book, maybe that has something to do with it actually, with it being the last book in the series, saying goodbye and wanting to make the end just as good as I can make it. There's a lot of pressure because this is quite an epic series, especially this last book, and whereas the points of view so far has been quite narrow. I think the first book was just from Freydis' point of view and a couple of the gods. Book 2 was a little bit open, but book 3 there's going to be a lot more point of views in there, and there's a lot of threads that I need to tie together. So maybe I'm just feeling the pressure in that way. Anyway, we'll see. I'm going to start today by having a look at some of these notes, reminding myself of where I'm at, going through the old chapters that I'd written, getting rid of what I don't want, and knowing for sure that parts of it are going, so that I can start again and hopefully rebuild it into something that I'm very proud of. So wish me luck, and I will catch up with you later. So this is great because this is exactly why I wanted to do this. Like, I wasn't sure what I would find. A lot of what I've found is stuff that I already know, that I know quite well for researching books 1 and 2. So that is a good thing. I feel like I'm just reiterating to myself that you do actually know stuff about the Viking period, you know, I'm fine with that. But there are certain points of book 3 that I've had these ideas for and haven't necessarily written down, and I have some vague recollection of those ideas, but I cannot quite pinpoint what those ideas were. But looking through these books, these notebooks that I've hoarded and built up over the course of so many years, I've discovered something that is a major plot point for book 3. So that is a huge weight off my shoulders. I apparently at some point that I can't even remember, I wrote the whole thing down. So that's good. So top tip for anyone who is thinking of or starting out on their novel writing journey, always keep notebooks. You might end up with a pile like mine. It's like the equivalent of a gym session when you lift them up, but somewhere in there you're going to find your gems, your treasure, and it just, as long as you know that they're there, it makes things a whole lot easier later down the road. So am I glad I kept notebooks? Yes, I am. So I've spent the afternoon going through my notes. I'm in the process of narrowing down that massive pile. There are some things that I do need. There's a couple of notebooks that I do need. The rest I don't need for the moment, so I'm going to be putting them to one side and just forgetting them. I'm in the process of taking some notes from this book and adding it to my current notebook, because I don't want to keep carrying around a massive A4 notebook that's quite heavy. I just want to get some basic information into my smaller notebook so that can stay on my table at my desk at all times and come in my bag, and it's not so much of a hassle to carry. I am making progress. It may not look it, sometimes it may not feel like it, but I am making progress, and that is good. I am building a more solid picture in my own mind of the world that I am creating in this, and getting a more solid picture of the 9 worlds and the worlds that I want my characters to explore in this story. And for that, I'm very grateful, and I think going through the motions as I started today has helped me to find some kind of rhythm with this planning. So I'm very, very grateful for that. A little bit disappointed that I'm having to stop, because obviously I have to get ready for work. I have to do dinner, things like that. I have to get ready for work for tomorrow, should I say. I have to do dinner. I'm hoping to do a little bit more research this afternoon, maybe take some more of these notes, stick them in there. That'll get me a little bit further, closer towards my goal. And then once those ideas start to percolate a little bit more, I can go back to planning these chapters out. As I say, I am getting a better picture in my own mind of what I want to happen in book 3. So I just hope that stays, and I hope that I can carry that on this week, but we will see. So with that said, I'm going to end the vlog here, because obviously I've been filming for a better part of a week at this point, and I really feel like I need to cut back on the filming so that I can actually concentrate on the writing and getting this book moving forward. So I will see you next time with a brand new video. In the meantime, you can check out the rest of this series over here by clicking on that link, and you can check out all the previous videos in this series. Otherwise, you can click on this video down here and you should be able to see what I'm reading this month. So until next time, I will see you later, and have a great week. Bye.